Hey, this your girl, msyelladiva. I am bringing you another episode of BMF, Death of Hope. Okay. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome. We do TV movie reviews here, okay? And if you're returning, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. We family here. We family. Give me a thumbs up, like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel. And we will begin. Okay. They in Mexico again. That's how we start all of our episodes in Mexico. So last week they were in Mexico, and the federales, quote unquote, were coming to get them, and so they weren't going to run. They were going to pull out their arsenal, because Loco had an arsenal in his closet. So they were going to pull out the arsenal, and they were going to fight. So they pull out the arsenal, and they bust in, and I thought they were going to shoot these people. But they bust in, and they didn't shoot. They said, put down your weapons, and they put them down. And so they thought it was the federales, but okay, they thought it was the federales, but it was the cartel. It was the cartel, okay, and the cartel came to say, to ask Loco, was he a snitch, because he was in prison. Then all of a sudden he got out of prison, and so they want to know, was he a snitch? And Loco was like, no, I don't do no snitching, that dog. I don't do no snitching. And then Meech was like, yeah, we broke him out of prison. We broke him out. I don't know how they did that, but we broke him out. Okay. And so, because he said the little boy that they let go was the feds, and so they told the federales about him, and so they told them where their location was. So they trying to come get them before, the feds come get them. Okay, he was coming because he was gonna kill Loco if he was a snitch, but he ain't a snitch. So they gonna try to get them out, out the country or whatever. And so, but they were gonna leave T behind because he let the little boy go. So they was gonna Meech and Loco they was gonna take Meech and Loco. They wasn't gonna take T. They was gonna T gonna the federales gonna come for T. So Meech said, no, I can't leave my brother behind. I'm sorry. Y'all can't leave my brother behind. So they all went, even though Meech and Terry still beefing and stuff. He said, you can't leave my brother behind. So that's what happened at the beginning. So now we back to the A. All right. So of course Purdy checked herself out of rehab. So now they have to locate Purdy. Since she checked herself out of rehab and nobody's seen, hide, nor have her, they have to find Purdy. T upset. He was like, why are we trying to find this crackhead? We need to get this product moved. He was like, this. He said this Stumping Ground Records is a bad business move, and we only got one artist, and she a crackhead. So we should just concentrate on the stuff that we can we build a profit on, and that's the product. So Meech was like, listen, I gave her my word, so listen, that's what it is. So I'm going to find her. You and Last can hold down this product, because apparently, because when they did off St. Louis, Jay Pusher in St. Louis, everything is running smoothly. Okay, so Last and T is in charge of the product. Okay, Detective Milk Dud Head Vaughn. Okay. Apparently, Laz gave him all the addresses to all the stash houses in Atlanta. So he gives them to the Red Dog team, okay? And so they are going to basically hit all these stash houses at one time. We gonna okay, so that's what gonna happen, Detective Milk Dud Head. Anyway, so Nicole don't want her father to leave because she don't want to be bothered with her mama. She said you gonna leave me here with her, with her. So Charles said told Nicole to cut um, your mama some slack. He said because she's had a rough life, and he said, and I ain't making no better. Okay, with me cheating and all that other stuff, I ain't making no better with me being unemployed and stuff like that. So he said, cut your mama some slack. So Purdy goes over Trail's house. Okay, so I don't know if I'm mistaken, but y'all let me know. Did was Trail watching somebody? His boy put somebody in the lake in a garbage bag. I swear to God, that's what I saw. I mean, literally, he was dumping a big thing of something that's in a garbage bag, but it looked like a body, and I swear to God, it looked like a body, and he was dumping in the lake. Cause he don't live by no oceans. Cause he live in Atlanta. Ain't no oceans in Atlanta. So I was like, it was a lake. And I said, so you dumping somebody in the lake? I don't know. Oh, y'all let me know, cause that's what I saw. That's what I saw. He was standing on the pier, and he was looking at in the lake, and it was a little boat in the lake, and it was like they had a garbage bag they threw in the ocean, and it looked like it was a body in that garbage bag. But I may have been mistaken. I don't know. But anyway, so Purdy goes and says, I need you. I need you. Can I come back and all that other stuff? And so, and so, Trail was like, yeah, you can come back, but you know what you gotta do. Spit on that thing. Yeah. Okay. This what he want. Okay. 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 So he want her to spit on that thing, okay? So and that she did, okay? to come back and to get some cocaine, okay? That's what she did. But next morning, and after okay, and okay. The next morning, Meech show up and take Purdy out again. Okay, he was just like, you don't need him, you don't need him, and so he was like, I believe in you and all that other stuff. And so now Purdy was like, yeah, I believe in myself. Fuck you, Trail. Fuck you, Trail. And so she leave. Okay. Meanwhile, T can't find Laz. Laz ain't showing up to nothing. Okay. Because he in jail. Okay. Because he in jail. He locked up. Okay. So, but yeah, he can't find him. Okay, so and he talking to Bingo. They playing hoops and stuff. And so Bingo T was like, listen, I don't know where Laz is, but you're gonna have to, move this product. He said, he said we're gonna do it like we do it in Detroit. You gotta have cars, and you gotta what else? You gotta not be flashy and stuff like that. So Let me see what else we got going on here. Okay, so B Mickey is going to Atlanta, and he's still trying to, mess with. He trying to take over, I guess. T and Meech or whatever. I don't know, but he going to Atlanta to fuck up shit, basically. Lucille got a new dress and new purse and stuff, and so the parishioners are suspicious of how she got her new dress on. She got new shoes, a new, purse and stuff. So they are skeptical and they are suspicious of where she got this money from. But Nicole asked, when they were back in the house, and Lucille had a bunch of groceries that she was putting up. Nicole was like, well, T gave me some cash for the baby shower. He said, "Have you seen it?" And of course, Lucille gonna lie, even though she a parishioner, she a pastor and stuff like that. Yeah, but she gonna lie and say she ain't seen it, even though she putting up groceries that she spent it on. And so then Nicole was like, she made a remark about these groceries. She was like, these groceries can feed the army. And so Lucille go off. She was like, you ain't paying no bills around here. Don't worry about what come in here. She was like, until you pay some bills around here, don't worry about it. Hey, okay. So then, then Meech and T discuss expanding to Cali. With Loco. And so T made a remark, was like, I'm your partner. Loco is not your partner. And Meech was like, well, listen, I trust Loco more than I trust you. I said, ooh, I know you didn't. So but him and Loco is supposed to expand to Cali. That's a good expansion deal. Anyway, so Markeisha, sweet talking boom. Okay. I don't know. I thought she was still in Atlanta. Cause she was in Atlanta when he was losing his money on the tables, the high roller tables. When T was losing his money on the high roller table, she was right beside him. And then they was doing it in what's the name house? What is that? What's that man name? Meech. They were doing in Meech's house, and then he kicked him out. I don't know. Maybe she went back to Atlanta with Nicole. I don't know. I have no idea. I thought they was all in Atlanta, but okay. She probably went back to Atlanta with Nicole. I mean, she went back to Detroit. Sorry, with Nicole. Okay, so yeah, so she sweet talking boom, and she was just like, you the baddest, and you the baddest motherfucker here, and I got you some suits, so we can go out on the town and stuff. And so he playing into it, but I don't know. I think he got his eye on her. And then he took her to a party, and then, she was just like, everybody looking because you the baddest motherfucker in here and stuff like anyway, okay. And so they have some connect in Texas, and so of course soon as she's not with him, she lets T know that I got some connect in Texas. So I don't know how that's gonna work. Okay. Anyway, so Purdy, now she's clean right now. Purdy goes to a radio interview. And so Trail calls up and says, I hear you just got no. I hear you checked yourself out of rehab. How you doing? How's life? After you checked yourself out of rehab. And so then because Purdy was on it, she was answering questions and stuff like that. And then they called, and then she was like, And so then Meech come in, and he was like, Stumping Ground Records is the best record company. Da da da. Yeah, he threw her all off her game. Okay. So, hey, but she did say that Meech is throwing her a re-release party. Re grand opening. Shout out to Uncle Clifford. Grand opening. Okay, so they're gonna throw her a release party. Okay, because the last release party didn't go so well because that's how she got shot. Okay, so they're gonna throw her a release party. Okay, at the Pleasure Palace again. Okay, so Lucille is being reprimanded by the board, asking her, like I said, she'd have made a $2,000 donation to the church. I would have gave them 100. I mean, I would have gave them like, man, uh, I don't know how much I'd have gave the church, but I wouldn't have gave them $2,000. I would not have given them $2,000, but I don't know how much I would have gave them out of that money. But she gave them $2,000 plus she buying purses and shoes and groceries and stuff like that. So they said we're gonna have to discuss it. Eventually, they just let her go from her pastorhood. Okay, yeah, her pastor position. They just let her go. So now she unemployed. She got to go back to work at Wendy's. Okay, moving on. Or she can just take some money off of T and because they'll support this. They'll support their mama if she just say yeah, they'll support her. You know. Okay, but it is what it is. So Detective Milk Dud Head Vaughn wants Laz to wear wire to wear wire. Okay, to so he can go talk to Meech and try to get him to snitch on whatever. So but and if he doesn't, they're gonna charge his grandmama with whatever they gonna charge her grandmama with. Okay, so he does wear the wire. So Purdy on her release party, she gets a present that dropped off by Trail's bodyguard. And it was a little vial. Okay, some snowfall. Okay. I missed that show. It's some snowfall. Okay, he gives it to her. So she she sniffs it, and I think she sniffed a whole lot, and then she OD'd on stage. Okay. And that's the end of her. Okay, no more Purdy. Okay, no more Purdy. She OD'd first time, and they relieved her or revived her. Not relieved her, but revived her. Now she gone. It was a girl that did do CPR on her, but she gone, honey. She okay. She in that upper room. She in that upper room. Okay. But Meech was happy that the girl, I forgot what her name was, that did the CPR. I think he gonna do something with her. But yeah. So then they all at the hospital because Purdy OD'd and they trying to revive her. and all of them. So all of the like T, Meech, the dad Charles, and the girls. I forgot their name too. Maria and Tina. Yeah, it is. Maria and Tina. They're all at the hospital. Then Detective Milk Dud Head Vaughn comes to the hospital. And so, he was just like, he said, you selling all of this. What you in here at that hospital for? You probably sold her them drugs and stuff like that. And he was like, Meech was like, listen, you can lock us up all day long twice on Sunday. He said, that is not going to bring little Kevin back. That's not going to bring little Kevin back. Okay. Nah. Okay. Not going to bring little Kevin back. Okay. So then Brian he said you grew up with both parents and y'all both pieces of shit. He said, but your time is coming. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, whatever. Whatever, okay? So all the while the Red Dogs is hitting all the stash houses. Now, I don't know if they had product yet. I mean, because they were just getting it started. So I don't know if they had product. I thought the product was still in St. Louis. And they trying to divvy it up and stuff like that since they killed Jay Pusher. But I don't know how long it has been between this. But I thought, the stuff was still in St. Louis. But they hit all the stash houses. Every last one of them that night. So we don't know what happened. So then, Meech was like, we still gonna have this party. We're gonna party for Purdy. So then they come back, and so the whole stage is filled with candles and pictures and flowers and teddy bears and stuff like that for Purdy. Now, where they get all that stuff from? Did they hit the 24-hour Walmart to get all that stuff and to bring it back and put it all on the stage? Where they get all that stuff from? Anyway, so yeah, but then B Mickey comes to the Pleasure Palace, right? So B Mickey kind of sitting off in the corner. Didn't Beach see B Mickey for some reason? I don't know. Anyway, Lash trying to get up the courage to go talk business with Meech. And so he trying to talk business with him, and he was just like, the stash houses, he was like, what the hell was going on with the stash houses? The stash houses, he was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And so he was just like, he said, he just walked away. He's like, I'm sorry. And he just walked away. So he go outside, take the wire off. Then B Mickey follows him. Okay. And he was just like, I was in the same position that you were. And he was like, but I got away, da da da. And he was like, and so he convinces him to get in the car with him, because he was like, I don't know you. He was like, yeah, but he said, come on, I ain't gonna bite. He got in the car with him, and they was talking back and forth about Detective Milk Dud Head, and then what's his name? Laz was like, I'm just gonna tell Meech everything. He said, because I can't, I can't do it. I can't do this. And so he was like, B Mickey was like, you want to smoke? He said, yeah, I can do with a smoke. And so they get out the car. They pull over, get out the car. They smoke. And then, what's the name? Then B Mickey pull out a gun on him and blast him. Oh, okay. Blast him, okay. Now he in the upper room too, okay? He in the upper room too. So, but it's a good thing because now he can't be blackmailed by Detective Vaughn, Milk Dud Head, and his grandmama can go free. Okay, because they ain't gonna prosecute this grandmama. Okay, so his grandmama can go free. But he did at least tell them where all the stash houses is, and hopefully the stash house didn't have no product in it. So so it has foiled the plan again. Hopefully, we don't know. We'll see next week. Anyway, Nicole's water breaks. And she crying for her mama, okay? That's when you need your mama, when your water breaks, okay? That's when you need your mama. So they go to the hospital. And that was the end of the episode, okay? Give me a thumbs up. Like and share and subscribe. And comment into my channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.